Welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Paul, joined by Jack Weinberger and producer Zack is with us again.
Zach's on a tear.
Yeah, he's just on a tear at this point. He's back.
I mean, again, no Ziggy, but we got Zack.
No Ziggy, but we got Zack. He swapped the Z's, and we'll be okay here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Masters is starting up later on today. If you're listening, these shows come out at 6 in the morning. So if you're listening at 6 a.m., then the Masters is going to be teeing off pretty soon here. Should be exciting. We have a lot of mailbag questions to get to today. It's been a while since we've done a mailbag, and we put out a couple prompts on the YouTube community page. We had some questions that have been lingering for a while. Good time to jump into those. Next week really is when we're going to dive into our NFL draft coverage. I threw on First Draft, the Mel Kiper Jr. and Field Yates podcast the other day at the gym. I was like, okay, I'm starting to get the juices flowing again. A little disappointed still the Vikings are picking 18th, but when the draft does have a pretty awesome energy around it. I always loved, my dad and I called it the Bible growing up. We would get the magazine with all the pre-draft notes on players and go down to Florida on spring break, and I would just read the whole thing, like front page to back.
I think I remember you showed me some of those.
Well, I would walk around with it.
Yeah,
I would walk around with the draft Bible.
I remember that, yes.
And it was awesome. And it's a shame, actually. They've kind of discontinued most of them. I can't remember the brand we used to get. But like Lindy's does one. I think Athlon Sports does one. I love those draft magazines, though. So we'll have to go out and get one.
Athlon Sports is where I get all my fantasy rankings after my draft.
Oh,
I still be running back rankings and receiver rankings.
This time of year with the dead zone, it makes you start itching for football again soon here. And I like the NBA playoffs. I like the NHL playoffs. It's fun. But football season brings with it a certain...
I don't know. With the Pirates rolling, I'm okay.
That's true. Did they win again?
We lost today.
Oh, okay. So, again, everyone, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Give us some feedback. Are you enjoying the off-season shows? What would you like more of? What would you like less of? Let us know in the comment section, how you'd like us to tailor these episodes, especially post-draft. There's a lot of months here where we're kind of, looking around for content. We could get into more sports. We could expand into anything, really. This is our show. We could do whatever we want. So let us know what you're interested in listening in. And if you haven't followed us on Instagram, please go over to Instagram at Paul Farrington Show. And I think it might actually be at Farrington Show. And give us a follow there as we're trying to build up that platform coming into the 2026 NFL season. But again, today we have a mailbag, and I do want to start quickly. I mentioned the Masters here. So our first question was, Masters Week is here, guys. Do you watch golf? Who do you think will win? Do you ever watch golf, Jack?
I do watch the usually the last couple hours of Sunday when the tournament's wrapping up. I don't watch before that. I'll admit that I don't watch before that at all. And the main reason I watch is because I take a moment to appreciate just how good these guys are, and
compared to yourself.
Like I picture myself, like if I'm teeing off in front of like that crowd of people at the Masters, like what I would do, and I can't even picture it.
If you teed off, if you had to play 4 rounds at Augusta, and you had the exact same crowds, do you think you kill a person? How many people do you think you kill? Death. I mean, that's a bad shot.
Yeah, but
I think you could get. I think you could get enough power on it.
There's people there who are right in my like shank zone. I mean,
at least one death. What's the line of death?
Somebody would get hurt. There'd be a serious injury.
You're playing 72 holes. The over under on injuries has to be 15 and a half.
Yeah, I'd say somebody dies. And I don't know if I think I break all my clothes before I finish the 18 holes. I couldn't do
fury,
just from anger. I couldn't do 72 holes.
I golfed with you though. You're not an angry golfer. You're a depressed golfer. Like you'll hit a shot and you're just like, I suck.
But these are on these. You know what Augusta would do to me? I would be broken.
I love the question that people ask.
I think I'd shoot like a 300 and just be broken.
Oh, you would shoot way worse.
Worse.
Oh, for one day. For one day. I thought collectively, it's like 300.
No, 300 for 18.
Oh, yeah.
And I would just like come like hole 11, I would just be finished.
I love the question that people ask. If you started every hole at the Masters on the green, the furthest point from the pin, could you win the Masters?
I would not win the Masters because you guys had 5 putt. So what's that? That's 90. I wouldn't even come close. I'd get blown out.
What won last year?
But you start from
What
the
did Rory win?
furthest part of the green, right?
Furthest part.
Yeah, I'd average a 5 putt.
Yeah, so
Right.
Rory was 11 under last year when he won.
So what is that? That's 6. He shot 60.
He was 11 under. I'm sorry, for the whole tournament.
Okay. I'm talking the 18.
But still, I
hole,
mean,
okay.
he's shooting like 68 every. He's averaging about 68.
I'd average about 90.
So, but even starting from the green.
With those greens, yeah.
Oh no! Did you see the video? Remember when Rory's kid? I think it was on 16. That's the one where it trickles down by the lake. Remember Tiger had the unbelievable. It's 15 or 16.
Yes.
I can't remember. And Rory's kid, they were doing the Wednesday before the tournament day, and his daughter like poked the ball, just tapped it, and it rolled. I was like 45 feet in, and it wound up going in. But like that's one where I would hit it so much more aggressively.
I mean, you do understand, like when we go to Darlington, right in Mawa, like an amateur course, I'm 3 putting.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you understand? Like if you start, and this goes for you too, not just me. If we're starting at the beginning of the green, in the mat, then 6 putting.
If you give me the Wednesday before to really study the greens, I might give myself.
I think it's different with the crowd behind you. You just fold completely.
You got to lock in completely.
But yeah, I usually watch the last day. I don't watch before that, but I watch the last day and see. I like last year when Rory was in overtime with.
Yeah, that's great.
That was fun.
Who was Rory and Justin Rose, right?
Oh yeah, I forget
Rose. Yeah. So your grandpa said Tommy Fleetwood at plus 2350.
Yeah, no, my grandpa, he listens to the show. Like I'll give him a shout out here. He's like he is a very good golfer. Been golfing for years. He's 83 years old.
It's unbelievable.
And when he was 80, he shot his age, which is about like what? 1 in a million people can do that. So I mean, he's an impressive golfer, and he knows his stuff.
He likes Tommy Fleetwood.
And he likes Fleetwood at 23-1.
He finally broke through, right? I think Fleetwood was the guy Tommy had never won before.
He was over for Easter. Yeah, he was over for Easter, and he asked me and my brother Jeff. He's like, "Who do you guys like in the Masters?" Me and Jeff look at each other like,
Tiger.
Tiger. We're like, who's competing?
Who's competing? It's the same guys. I mean, it's the same guys every year.
Yeah, we're watching baseball. We're not golf. We're not a golf family.
Yeah, fair enough.
So my grandpa was talking all about Fleetwood, how he likes Tommy Fleetwood. So then I checked his odds. He's plus 2350 on DraftKings.
He's got maybe
I'll.
Our buddy Brian said Patrick Reed, Captain America.
Brian's good with these types of bets too.
Yeah, better listen to those guys than us on these. But I'm looking forward to it. I'll usually have it on in the background the first couple days. Saturday, usually like this Saturday, I'll be at a wedding, and then Sunday, Sunday's great. So Master Sunday is always fun. All right, next we got, hey guys, new NFL fan here. Haven't picked a team yet. Are there any must avoid teams?
Oh, must avoid.
Yes. The short answer
is
Jets.
Yes. The Jets.
Jets have to be on the no pick
Browns.
list. Browns on the no pick list. Zach, Dolphins on the no pick list.
That's up to you. They'll never not be on the no pick list.
I don't think so, because
I mean we've gone on the show the past like month and a half just railing the Dolphins.
But also if you're a Dolphins fan, those games you get to go have fun down in Florida.
It's a good point. You're flying down to South Beach.
Right. You can make a vacation out of it. Like I would be a Dolphins fan, but I wouldn't be a Jets or a Browns fan.
I mean, just I can't in good
Falcons
faith.
fan.
Yeah, I might just say avoid the NFC South.
Yeah, Panthers. Panthers is probably a no go.
As of right now, if you had to pick, yeah.
Right now, it's a hard time to be like, hop on the Dolphins bandwagon. I mean, this is
but I really then the Panthers or the
Panthers are probably on the, but truly must avoid. It really is only the Jets and the Browns.
Yeah.
If you go anywhere else, you could find some fun rooting interest.
Agree.
There's some degree of hope. Yeah. The Jets
agree.
and the Browns, I mean, they are separating themselves.
Like that is must avoid.
Yes, you can.
Like must avoid is a serious term. Like those two are must avoid. I don't know.
I feel bad because we have a lot of friends who are Jets fans. I have a good amount, actually, believe it or not, who are Browns fans.
I'm wearing a Jets.
They're all miserable.
I got my Jets shirt on right now.
Yeah. Look,
Nick Mangold.
A lot of great people, but it's a certain degree of misery. Now,
Stay away from the Chiefs. You'll be known as a front runner.
Yeah, you
take
can't
this from the other
pick
angle.
Front runners.
We could take this from the front runner angle. What teams not to pick?
Like must avoid front runner wise.
Yeah.
I mean, right now you can't pick Seattle. Like you can't pick the defending Super Bowl champions.
Seattle. I mean, honestly, probably
if you have any self-respect.
The Rams.
I mean, probably New England. Because they were awesome with Brady, and they're good again. I mean,
I might say if you pick New England, there's like a buffer on New England here where they were so good for so long that if you pick them as a team, you're immediately just assumed to be a front runner. Even with the struggles they had with Mac Jones in that era, like now they're back.
I guess maybe Steelers too. But we've been bad for not bad, but we've been average for 10 years.
No, Steelers is okay. Chiefs, you get assigned front runner automatically.
Yeah,
Buffalo.
I think Buffalo's okay.
I think Buffalo's okay. So the teams that I guess we could suggest, it's fun to root for Josh Allen. I think Buffalo would be a fun team.
Look, if you're in the New York area, like that is New York's only team. Like
depends where you're from.
You have a legit reason to root for Buffalo and say this is New York's only team. And be like, all right.
Oh, don't be an Eagles fan. Do not be an Eagles fan.
Yeah, Eagles.
That's can't stand Philly. Can't be a Cowboy fan.
No.
Can't be a Dallas fan. Here's what I think. We've talked about this a few times. Anyone in the NFC North, I do think is open.
San Francisco.
They're all good. Yeah, they're all good fan bases in the NFC North. Chicago's a fun team to root for right now. If you hop on the Bears bandwagon.
You know a team, if I had to redo it, I think I'd become a Bengals fan.
Why?
Bengals.
I don't know. They're just an interesting team. And now, I don't know if that would classify as a front runner, but I don't know. I think
like if you were to start like today.
Oh, no. You're not a front runner. The Bengals haven't been
No,
in
the
the
Bengals have, they've been.
Years. Do you know who I used to root for as my second favorite team as a kid?
Yeah.
Before I thought second favorite teams. Now I'm completely anti second favorite teams. You have one team, then you could have teams I guess you cheer for a little bit, but it can't be like, oh, Vikings are out. Now this is my team.
You said this before. It was the Dolphins.
No. The Dolphins are if I were to assign one now, I cheer for the Dolphins after the Vikings. No.
Is it the Steelers?
Oh, the Bengals.
No.
Oh, it's the Browns.
The Browns.
Yes.
The Browns.
It explains so much misery.
Is that not unbelievable? Even in picking a second favorite team, I picked the Browns.
Mine was the Jaguars.
I got a keychain. My dad went to Cleveland on a work trip. He brought back a keychain. And I like the Browns.
Mine was the Jaguars. I don't know if you knew that.
The Jaguars?
Because Jacksonville has Jack in the name. So I was I rooted for the Jaguars for second favorite team, yeah.
I'd recommend root for Buffalo. You have some fun there.
You can't be a Titans fan right now.
No, can't be Titans. I'd go Buffalo.
Yeah, you were Nashville over your games. There's multiple factors.
But you want to win. Like you want to have excitement.
But there's also I don't think it's just about
Buffalo gets the cold and
but Nashville's Tennessee's got one thing, and that's Nashville.
But that's what the Titans are.
I know, but how many times can you go to Nashville?
Couple times in football season.
Like, at least if you go to Miami, you go to Tampa, you go to Jacksonville, you go anywhere.
All right, so what's the team? What team are you suggesting
for him to pick?
Yeah.
Oh, if you can't be either a Ravens fan. Don't be a Ravens fan.
I mean, honestly,
you just be a Packer fan.
When there is nothing better, like literally nothing better in the world, because it's the best football city out there than rooting for the Steelers when they're good. But we're in a time of purgatory, so I'm not.
Yeah, let's say you can't pick your team.
Yeah, Green Bay's fun. I want a cold city who's good at football.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite.
Great fan base.
I know, but then it's also Green Bay. Like I'm thinking
Careful
like
now.
multiple
Careful
things.
now. Careful.
I love Green Bay. I had a great time in Green Bay. Seattle's too far. Green Bay's up there. Chicago's out there, young quarterback.
I think right now I might say Chicago.
I might.
And look, I hate the Bears, but I think Chicago would be a fun team to root for right now.
I might actually say the Packers. I might say the Packers.
Who are you going, Zach?
I'm going with the Broncos.
Yeah, Denver. I've heard great things about Denver. Everyone I know who lives there or has been there thinks it's awesome. Sean Payton.
Not a long flight. Team's good. Young quarterback. Cold football atmosphere. That's actually. I might go Broncos too. Actually.
J.K. Zarata says to us, "Any idea what games you may be attending this year? Someday I'd love to meet you guys." Well, we'd love to meet you too, J.K. And don't worry, the sword will be up. We're just figuring out some studio stuff. It's not. It hasn't been thrown to the wayside.
I actually use it right now just in case intruders come in.
I would imagine we'll be back at Vikings Packers next year, if I had to guess right now. Back for revenge. Kyler leading the charge, or if JJ wins the job, then we'll have JJ. Like I'm anticipating that being a game in Green Bay that we go to, and maybe some in Chicago. Maybe some in Chicago as well.
I'll be in Pittsburgh a couple times.
Between Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. Who is the first to win a Super Bowl?
Between Josh Allen,
Lamar and Burrow.
Burrow.
Burrow, you think?
Yeah. I actually, as unfortunate as it is, I think Buffalo is cursed in a sense.
Truly cursed.
Yeah. Like where they just won't win it. Lamar and Baltimore, I think, is their window's closed. They stink.
I forgot how much you hate them.
And yeah, I think Burrow's the best out of the three. And like last year, if he's healthy, they probably win the division. So yeah, I'd go Burrow.
Cincinnati and Burrow. Well, they've been right.
Burrow's
been
like he's been there. Lamar and Allen can't even get there.
Of the three guys, I think Josh Allen's the best currently, and I'll pick him because I'm picking the best quarterback of the group in my opinion. But Buffalo, like you just remember the way they lost last year and the reaction you saw in the locker room, right? Josh Allen crying at the press conference, and now they bring in Joe Brady. Like there are a lot of things in Buffalo that you can look at and not like about the situation there, but they do keep getting back, right? They're always relevant. They're always a factor. I think New England regresses this season and Buffalo wins the division again. In Cincinnati and Baltimore, right? You have to go against each other. So I like Buffalo right now. The Dolphins and Jets are ways away from competing. They should be winning this division a lot.
The Bills have something very important.
Yeah, I'm sorry?
The Bills have something very important now, or at least Josh Allen has something very important to play for now.
He's got a baby.
He's got a baby.
But
I'll go. I like Buffalo.
That might not be a great thing, though.
Keeping it up at night.
Yeah, like I feel like, and
all right. But let's be honest, real quick. You really think he's not taking care of his kid? Do you think he's the one being up all night?
Oh, I don't know. None of us here are fathers.
But I
to my knowledge,
I think once you have a kid, and once you take like that huge, like there's a huge new chapter in life. I think football like takes an immediate backseat. I think you become a little softer. Like this
is a take right here.
Like I think when you're single and football's all you got, and you're flying around the field and you're angry and you're pissed and you have a killer mentality, and then you have a kid, and it's like, this is just so much more important than football. Like a different outlook on life. Like I think
that's what Josh Allen. Remember they said, what did Haley Steinfeld teach you? He said that I'm more than a football player.
Yeah, I think having a kid.
Oh, Josh,
having a kid might actually hurt Josh Allen.
And by the way, I'll just say, we do endorse Josh Allen believing he's more than a football player. Just saying, as far as like winning a Super Bowl. Yeah,
bro,
Brady was a little obsessed. I mean, we saw what happened with Brady.
Bro, I don't think if Josh Allen could win it when he was single, he's winning with a kid.
That's the take.
It's a great take. Great take.
Yeah. All right. So I'm on Josh, but he has a kid, so he might that could be a problem.
Burrow, look at Burrow. Does he even have a girlfriend?
I think he started dating some supermodel again. But that's the quarterback.
Look, Burrow.
That's the quarterback lifestyle.
Like that's a Super Bowl champion.
Darnold just got married. Now he's done.
Right, but he was
dating.
But he was not married. He didn't have a kid. He
didn't have a child. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the child factor hurts Josh Allen.
It's like Brady having all those kids. Like you're like, yeah, no, it doesn't matter because Brady.
But he's also just an anomaly. But he was obsessed. But he also cared more about football than his kids.
Jeez.
And that's just a true fact. Like I don't see Josh Allen as that
Cameron
type of guy.
That's a funny take, Jack. Cameron, what is Matthew Golden's sophomore season ceiling? He'll have plenty of opportunities without Romeo Doubs there. Bless you. 85 targets vacated. You're right. That's a lot of targets with Dobbs out. You do have to remember, though, if you bring up the target portion of this, that Tucker Kraft did miss some time. Christian Watson, Jane Reed, right? All these guys in Green Bay did miss time. So those targets there, maybe you can make it up in that regard. Now, as far as where Golden falls in the pecking order, at this point in time, you think he's still behind Watson, right? He's going to be behind Tucker Kraft as a target, at least. Jaden Reed, I think he'll be behind. And now, is he battling Dontavian Wicks for that number 3 receiver spot? It still feels like there are a lot of mouths to feed in Green Bay. There's still Josh Jacobs there. Ceiling. So last year, Golden had 361 yards And he didn't score a touchdown, right, until Chicago in the playoff game, which was an unbelievable touchdown.
Still needs his first Lambeau Leap.
Still needs a Lambeau Leap.
It could be in my arms.
It could be.
Did Jack jinx him?
Maybe I did.
You actually may have jinxed him.
I legit may have. Like, imagine he just never scores a touchdown ever.
What I'm wondering
who's to blame?
I was just looking up the top receivers in football and trying to remember how many guys had a rookie season as disappointing as Golden's was, and then broke out, like really broke out. And I mean, when you go through the list, like, JSN was behind a couple guys when he first got to Seattle, and then year 2, great season. But he was still relevant, more relevant than Golden was his rookie year. Puka, unbelievable, right from the get-go. Chase, right from the get-go, unbelievable. Jefferson, CD,
Waddle
was pretty good, right? His rookie year. What did Waddle have?
We're a Waddle show.
So I just don't know how many guys really blossomed. What did Nico do his rookie year? Nico Collins. Nico was 446 and then 481, and then he blew up in 2023. So I mean, I guess there are a couple cases where guys.
I'm expecting pretty big
fast.
things from Matthew Golden this year, actually.
What's the ceiling though? Do you think he can be a 1,000-yard receiver?
Well, that's just you're right. I think that's just tough because how many people there are.
I think,
but he can get to 700-800 yards, and that's a good season.
I think his ceiling is probably where's the first man? Romeo Doubs led the Packers with 724 yards last year. I think his ceiling,
but I think Golden can do that. I think he can get 800 yards.
Yeah, I was gonna say 800. If he has a great year, I think he can get to 800 yards.
And I think,
that is really optimistic.
But it took Green Bay all season to realize how much of a factor he actually is.
How much he could be.
Like, he had a great game in Chicago.
All they would do is give him a jet sweep every now.
Like, finally got in the end zone, and the Packers were up 21. They should have won that game.
I mean, but he had a couple big catches, right? In the Dallas game, I think he kept the chains moving. Like, throughout the year, Love did go to him a number of times when it was all on the line. 800 feels maybe optimistic because I think Christian Watson will have over 1,000 yards this year if he stays healthy. Tucker Kraft should have a big year if he's healthy.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
800 might be, do you think he has more yards than Jaden Reed? I don't know. I mean, how many yards is Jordan Love going to throw for? So maybe 700. 700.
Hopefully a couple.
You want 7. If you're a Packer fan, I think you'd be disappointed if he didn't have
hopefully some touchdowns too.
That would double his production from last year. Yeah, maybe double his production. It has to have more touchdowns. Do you guys watch the NBA? Are you planning on covering the playoffs or maybe more college football next year?
The latter.
What do you think? What do you think about other sports?
Love college football. That's the best sport in the world.
College football, I could see us, with Notre Dame supposed to be as good as they are next season. I don't know if we'll be doing live streams on Saturday nights. We try and keep like during the regular season.
Oh yeah, no.
It gets pretty. I mean, we're recording a lot, and you lose Sunday as a day off, so I don't think we'll be doing a live there. But I can see if there's a huge game, maybe like a Sunday morning we hop on or something like that. Just a live. Lives aren't too burdensome. Or if we're all hanging out, right, and Notre Dame is like a crazy game against someone, those are the fun shows to do. So I can see a world where we do some college football stuff, but I think we'll do a little bit more during the season next year. That would be fun to get more into. NBA wise,
big Knicks fans.
I mean, yeah, like I do. Well, I love watching the Knicks in the playoffs.
Speak for yourselves.
I'm definitely a bandwagon playoff Knicks fan, but like we get into them. I mean, last year we were probably should have reacted to those Pacers games. So I wouldn't rule out some NBA shows over the off season, but we'll see how that goes. I could see a world though where we have a little playoff. At least we talk about more on the show.
Video, right?
Yeah, we did the Luka video.
I'd have to do an insurmountable amount of research.
No. We're
just
just reacting to the playoff game.
Oh, all right.
Nothing crazy.
That I could probably do.
Who's your top pick for last year's playoff teams to regress and non-playoff team to ascend next season? It's a good question. These are
a good question.
Every year.
I feel like there's an easy answer.
Well, I mean, the easy answer is non-playoff is Baltimore, right?
There are a couple non-playoff. Baltimore, if you like Cincinnati, Kansas City. I mean,
Kansas City stinks. Actually, Cincinnati. That's the good one. Cincinnati.
I'll take the other side first.
Houston.
Team to regress.
Houston.
That's the easy. I feel like that's the easy answer.
Like I don't think Stroud is all that good, and their defense was like the best in the world.
But I don't. The defense should be awesome again.
But the defense, like that good? Like, is that repeatable? Like they had like one of the best seasons.
They had a great defense with D'Amico.
But that was one of the best seasons ever for a defense.
They were crazy. I remember watching. I'll never. I don't know if I'll forget watching, and I don't know why it's imprinted on my brain like this. But that Bills game on Thursday Night Football when Josh Allen, what was he, sacked 6 times? I think they single-handedly, and that was, I believe that was right at the beginning of their run where they won like 7 or 8 games in a row. They're monsters. But like I think they'll be great again.
But you didn't even win your division. You got the 5 seed. And like I don't, as of right now, I am not a massive CJ Stroud guy. After these last few years, I'm not a huge Stroud guy.
His regression has been one of the more disappointing QB developments in the NFL.
And what if your defense is just a little bit worse? You might not be in. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to miss the playoffs. Yeah, that's what either them or New England is probably my answer to that.
New England's my answer. New England 14 wins last year. Mm-hmm. And to their credit, again, because this is an important thing when we're talking about the Patriots, they were crushing bad teams. It's one thing if they were, that 2022 Vikings team where we had 11, I think we were 11-0 in 1-score games until the playoffs. We were playing some bad teams and still just barely getting by. New England, when you had a bad team last year, they were winning by 20 points pretty consistently, double digits. So I think they're still a good team, but when the schedule, last year's schedule truly was a cupcake schedule. I think they're going to drop back from 14 wins to about 9 would be my guess. You're dropping 5 games here. Buffalo wins the division. But I guess when you're looking at it from your point, if I think Buffalo is in, I think Baltimore will probably win the division. Sorry, it's just if I had to guess.
It's all right. It's every year it says people say the same thing.
Jacksonville, and then you pick KC here. You got 3 wildcard teams. I guess I'd go Houston, one at Denver, LA, and then probably Cincy. So yeah, I think Houston will still sneak in next season. They've been to the divisional round 2 or 3 years in a row now.
3,
so
yeah.
So I'm there. As far as ascending, right? You said Cincy.
Yeah, probably Cincy. I don't know if Burrow likes playing there anymore. That's the thing. Like he looks miserable playing there.
What New Orleans? 6-11. A lot of people are high on the Saints.
And they finished the season strong too. I actually picked them along with Ziggy as my South champion this year. So that would be a good answer.
What about the Chargers?
That's just,
they were in.
They
got housed by.
No, I know.
That's just the same.
It's missing.
Yeah.
Oh, missing. That's the same team every year. They're the miss or they're like the 7 seed.
Yeah, I think they'll sneak in at the 7.
They're like the Steelers. It's the same team.
Detroit's a good pick. At 9-8, Detroit.
Yeah,
that's the cowards. You're going to have a lot of people say who's the team that goes from worst to first next year, and if you say Detroit, you're right, but you're a coward.
Yeah, but what else would you say?
No, there's you could say New Orleans.
Say Cleveland.
Yeah, you can't say Arizona. You can't say the Giants. You maybe New Orleans. Right? You can't say Vegas. You can't say Tennessee. You can't say Cleveland. There's one answer. It's the dumbest question you're going to hear this offseason when someone goes, "Hey, who's the team that goes from worst to first?" You're talking to a moron if they don't say the Lions.
But is there any argument for anybody else?
The only one you could argue is New Orleans. That's the only other one you can make a slight argument for.
Okay.
And I still think that's unlikely. People are high on the Saints.
No, but you can argue the Saints because they finished the season strong.
Like, if someone looks you in the face and goes, the Jets, Browns, Titans, Raiders, Giants, maybe you could really stretch the Giants.
Kirk Cousins,
I was going to say, you got Raiders got the Kirk.
The Raiders are not beating out LA, Kansas City, or Denver.
Primetime Kirk?
Arizona, you can't say.
Actually,
maybe someone.
No, the West Coast is good for Kirk because even the primetime games are a 4.
Is there a world where someone can talk you into the Giants a worse the first team?
Not over Philly and Dallas. No,
I don't think so either. I actually like Dallas too to get to the playoffs. I'm interested in starting a podcast with my buddies like you guys have. What's your advice for getting this thing off the ground? So that's a question we actually get pretty often. And what I usually I'll talk to people on the phone.
Bring in a cute blonde girl.
Yeah.
That's it.
That usually works.
And then
that could do the trick.
After one episode, you're probably bigger than us.
Yeah, that's one option.
Yep.
What I always say to people who are, they're thinking about starting, I'm interested in it, just do it. Right? Like that is the number one thing. Get your group of guys that you want to have the show with, decide what you want to talk about, and then just record something and put it out for everyone to see. It will be really bad. I mean, you could go back, we've said it a million times. You can go back and look at some of our shows. It's a tough look. But you're throwing it out there, and you have to pretty much just remember you're throwing it out there, and then it's gone. You're like a closer in baseball, right? You move on to the next one, and every time you record, you may not notice it each session, but when you look back in a month and 2 months, you start making little improvements in maybe the way you're speaking, maybe the video camera you use, the microphone. You start to notice the things that need to be improved, and next thing you know, you have made some really big leaps. So also just getting off the ground. Like
you will be. I mean, I was surprised when we first started. I'm like, who's gonna listen to this? My mom. And we started to get like just likes and comments, and
we thought people were fake
followers from people. I'm like, are these people fake? Like, and then that kind of motivated me to keep on going.
Oh, it gets fun once you start having people interact with it. It's like, okay, there's something to this, but
I would just bring in a pretty blonde.
Let's see. We got here from Axeman. I went to Blue 42 in Elmwood Park. Talked to the owner. Said I follow a Packers podcast from Bergen County. He looked you guys up on Instagram and added PFS. He's got a good sized following on social media. The wings are amazing. He said the atmosphere when Packers play is second to none. All I'm saying is live streaming a show during a game surrounded by Packers fans would be glorious and do wonders for the show.
That would be,
Do you know that place, Paul?
We actually, we went, Zach and I went, what?
That's right.
Like 2 months ago for the first time to Blue 42.
Yes.
And we're in there, and Zach the whole time is like, tell him about our show. Tell him about our show. Like, I don't want to do that.
Oh,
it really is a Packers bar. It is decked out in Packers gear.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Good wings.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the wings.
Yeah, I've yet to.
I can see if we can start getting a little, figuring out some of the live stream stuff we want to do. We're probably going to be switching platforms and stuff. If, like recording platforms. If we can get that sorted out and we can actually record there, that could be fun. People are going to be like, who the hell are these guys?
I would 1000% do that.
I mean, a live stream from the bar would be pretty cool. I don't know. Would it help the bar? Most of our people who listen are not here. I mean, it'd just be fun at the end of the day.
Maybe they'll come fly out to Jersey to see us.
Maybe Vikings, Packers in Minnesota.
Is there are the Packers the Jets this year or no?
We play the AFC. We play the NFC South and the AFC East. Yeah. Well, let's see. Hold on.
Could the Packers beat the Jets? Please tell me it's not in Lambeau.
It's at the Jets.
Okay.
That
could be on the radar.
That could be the game.
Yeah, that could be on the radar.
I'll be in a Jets jersey, I guess.
You'll
be in a Packer.
I'll be in this. And I'll be in my Packer jersey for sure.
Paul, you mentioned a bunch of movies, music, and TV shows coming out this year. Which ones are you most looking forward to? Well, Zach, you also threw out the mall show, right?
Oh, Mall.
Is that out?
Wars? Yeah, it just came out Monday.
Zach is a Star Wars diehard.
Wait, a mall show? A mall show? Like a show in
Darth Maul. No, okay.
Yeah.
A show in the mall. What do you mean?
No, MAUL, Darth Maul. You know the guy with the 2 lightsabers? Like the one lightsaber?
I'm not. This is not my interest. But I know what you're talking about.
That Mandalorian and Grogu too come out next month.
Yeah, I'm more jacked up for Spider-Man, Doomsday, 2 Godzilla movies. I think we have a couple Godzilla fans who listen to the show. I'm very pumped up for
any Zendaya show / movie coming out this year.
What does she have? Like 7 movies? Did you see Zendaya's in like 5 different things? Yeah. TV shows. She's in the wedding one with Robert Pattinson.
Euphoria.
Dune, Euphoria, Spider-Man, right? Brand New Day.
Yeah.
Zendaya is someone that I truly think no matter what she had gone into would have been remarkably successful. Like one of the great what ifs you have to think. Like us. One of the great what ifs I think in entertainment is what if she had gone into music instead of movies? She would have been great.
How big do we have to be for me to go out with Zendaya?
You're screwed. She's engaged.
No, I mean like her to break off the engagement with Holland and then start dating me. Is there a point or
no?
It's like impossible.
I don't think you can get there.
Yeah, probably not.
You'd have to. Tom Holland's Spider-Man. That's the biggest superhero you could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any movie character you could take.
Who's Spider-Man's villain?
Green Goblin. You could become the Green Goblin.
Yes. No, villains never win, though.
I mean, would Zendaya break up with Tom Holland and date you if they wrote in the Green Goblin winning?
Well, if in the movie, yeah.
That might be the closest you get.
What about Livy Dunn?
No, Skeens has got that locked up.
It's got it locked. It's on lock.
As far as the celebrity game goes, I think we're in some trouble.
What if I tried out for the Mets or something? Made it.
Just started mowing people down.
And next year I came up to bat and I took Paul Skeens deep.
Then I think you're in the game.
You think I have a chance?
Absolutely in the game. Yes.
I wouldn't do that to my boy though. I love him too much.
What are your guys' favorite moments from college from Hugh Pack, who's a member? By the way, if you want to be a member, you can go over to our channel homepage and select join. It's a few dollars a month, and you get, oh my gosh, totally forgot. Completely skipped over the NCAA tournament winners off the top of the show. I mean, may as well, we'll say it now.
Go for
very big congratulations to Quinn and to our buddy Aidan. All right, I went to school with Aidan. He won so Quinn won the regular show bracket, which I think was at 339 people, which is awesome for us. Shattered our record of users. So congrats to Quinn with just, an awesome bracket. And Aidan winning the members only, which was a 50 people. Quinn's going to get a merch bundle. Aidan in the members only bracket gets any jersey of his choice. He had texted Ziggy and I before the tournament started and said, is it okay to get a soccer jersey? Like, what kind of jersey can the winner? I mean, he was very confident. So he's still waiting on his decision. He wants to see if Jeremiyah Love will be a Giant, he said, before he makes his decision.
Okay.
And, it's impressive from both those guys. So they'll get a merch bundle sent over. Congrats, Quinn and Aidan. And Aidan won the members only one, which again, you can join by going to our channel homepage and you can get in on these competitions where really there are not many members in these competitions. You have a real chance of winning. As Aidan proved, he called a shot.
What do you think Aidan would rather have as his prize? A Jeremiyah Love Giants jersey or to be locked in a dark room alone for an hour with Ziggy?
Jeremiyah Love.
What about with
Giants
me?
jersey.
What about with me?
Not you. No shot. No shot, man. That's a punishment. That would be a punishment.
What about Zach?
And if this hasn't convinced you to hit that subscribe button, please throw us that subscription as we continue to put out these videos. A favorite moment I have from college, I'm trying to think of like ones that I can talk about on air here. A great one though, I guess sticking with the theme that we were just talking some Marvel movies. We went to see Infinity War when it came out. Are you like gargling Coke?
Yeah, usually I don't really swallow. I sip it and gargle a little bit and then I swallow it. I taste
It's
it.
gotta be the worst thing you could possibly do for your teeth.
I taste it better though. Like I don't like when it just goes right down. I like to gargle it around a little bit. Get the taste.
Strange human. Infinity War.
I bought this today at noon. It's still not empty.
So you're gargling warm Coke.
Yes, but
that's disgusting.
You want a sip?
No, thank you. No.
Gonna take a sip. You want a sip, Zach?
We were in a dorm with 100 guys in college, and we got like 30 people to show up for Infinity War and for Endgame when it came out. And one of my favorite moments is we're towards the front of the theater, 30 of us guys, right? We had 2 or 3 rows reserved for us. And in the scene when Iron Man gets stabbed by Thanos, and everyone goes dead quiet. Because if you can remember at the time, there was the big question, like, and spoilers, I guess, for anyone who hasn't seen, but like, is Iron Man going to die? Will Captain America die? No one knew what was going to happen. And Iron Man gets stabbed by Thanos, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's happening. Ziggy stands up and starts applauding in the theater. Like slow, he goes, and someone behind him goes, sit down, asshole. It was unbelievable.
I thought the whole theater was going to come up and start clapping as well.
No. It was quiet. Everyone, it's Iron Man. He just gets stabbed, and Ziggy is slow clapping. People were pissed.
Wow.
People were like, sit down, asshole. And Ziggy just started laughing and sat down. But I remember looking over, I was like, he was sitting right next to me. I was like, what are you doing?
Well, if they knew Ziggy now, they'd be like, oh!
Yo, if they knew Ziggy now, everyone would be like,
keep on clapping!
Yeah,
there he is!
That was a fun moment a fun Ziggy moment. from college. And for the sake of the show, I will skip that question and move on
I can't answer it on my
to the
end
next
either.
ones. You guys have talked a lot about Jeremiyah Love, particularly after the Super Bowl. Now I'm seeing mock drafts where the Titans or Cardinals are taking him top 5. Is that actually good value and roster construction?
Hold on.
Jeremiyah Love.
Jeremiyah Love, top
Notre Dame
5.
running back, top 5.
Oh, yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Horrible. He's a third rounder.
Oh, come on.
He's a running back.
So, yeah, this is the age-old question that we have on this show. Paul, big running back guy. Jack, very anti-running back early.
Scadaboo's better than Ashton Genty. He was a 5th rounder.
So,
all right, am I wrong? No.
I mean, I'd rather have Genty. I mean, Scadaboo had a great season.
That he's just as good as Genty. Genty. Yeah.
Genty.
One went 6th, one went 5th round.
If I were a Cardinal or a Titan fan, there definitely is a degree of skepticism I'd have in taking a running back that early. Our buddy Aidan, who won the March Madness pool, I remember he was really upset when the Giants took Saquon at number 2. He was a big Quentin Nelson guy. And I guess you can still argue that maybe Quentin Nelson should have been the pick. I think Saquon was pretty damn good in the Giants, but you see, right, their track record of success was just beating the Vikings in the playoffs. So I'm totally cool if someone goes, hey, it's too rich for my blood. There is a degree of, yes, running backs, right? The value, the purpose of this thing is if you draft a left tackle or an edge rusher or a quarterback that early, the benefit is you get those guys who typically, when they're the best players of their position, make a lot more money than the best running back. So the value, right, for anyone who's unaware of why this is a question, the value drafting a left tackle, quarterback, edge rusher, these guys who demand top market money, is you're saving money on them during their rookie deal. While running back, you could go and get a relatively good player for much cheaper. Now,
yeah,
and then I like Jadarian Price is going to be sitting there in the 2nd round, 3rd round. I bet he goes 2nd. The backup Notre Dame running back, he's awesome. You can get a very good running back there.
But also when you're go ahead. I mean, when you're so bad, like the Titans and the Cardinals are, when you just have nothing. When there's no, I don't think a running back is anywhere near the most important need.
Is it? No, it's not. And the Cardinals, right? They need their defense. We've talked about this a lot. The worst defense they've had in the history of their franchise, which is the oldest team.
Who do the Titans have? Who are they throwing the ball to?
No, the Titans are. They have a million holes as well.
Who's playing defense for the Titans? A running back is just not on my radar on those teams.
One big thing between the two of them, though, is if you're a believer in Cam Ward. If you really think Cam Ward can be the guy, I mean, Jeremiyah Love then to me is a reasonable pick because what can help a quarterback out? Obviously, right? You need an O-line. You need to build a team around him. But if you have a stud running back, and Jeremiyah Love's going to be one of those guys who comes in, can catch the ball, touchdown every time he touches the ball, potential. I have no problem with the Titans making that move. It's aggressive, but I think this guy's going to be that good. And everyone's looking for the next Jahmyr Gibbs. Everyone's looking for Bijan Robinson. And it's fine to me if you say, hey, look at the Falcons, right? They have Bijan, and what are they doing? They haven't found the quarterback. If you do think you have the quarterback, no problem at all building that weapon. Arizona, it's a little different for me. I'd probably want to build the roster a little bit more for when we can get the quarterback, hopefully next year, right? So, again, if they take Love, I think he's a great guy. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. Will it get you to the playoffs? Unlikely, right? I know that better than anyone. We had Adrian Peterson when we had a slew of QBs who just couldn't get the job done. But if you believe you have the guy, then I have no problem being aggressive and taking the best player in the draft.
I think you're better off just getting an offensive line and someone to throw the ball to if you're a quarterback.
Sure, but I think Jeremiyah Love is that good, though.
But I think if there's an offensive line, anybody can play a running back.
It's an understandable argument.
We had a Rashard Mendenhall,
but there are levels to running back still.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You can get a running back who's very productive.
I don't think that matters. I'd rather, if I'm a quarterback, have some animal to throw the ball to and an offensive line to block for me.
Yeah, no, I completely get that. What I'm saying is if you think, like I do, that Jeremiyah Love is going to be on that level of the number one running backs in the league, right? McCaffrey, Henry, Saquon. Then if you feel comfortable about Cam Ward, you want those guys in the backfield. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's just, I totally see where the other side of the argument is, hey, let's build up the more more vital positions, you could say. A great running back feels more like a luxury, but man, if he's as good as people think he can be, they're game changers. Like, I mean, look at the 49ers with and without McCaffrey. I mean,
if you think Love can be like McCaffrey, then yes.
Yeah, like there are times when McCaffrey carries the 49ers, but you can use the same team as an example here. There were a lot of times where the Niners just had plug-and-play guys, right? And they got to the Super Bowl. Running back's not going to be the deciding factor. It's just a matter to me of if you feel comfortable with the rest of the roster. Got a couple more questions here. I think just two more. Cody says, would you guys consider doing the Hot Ones Wing Challenge? I'm thinking Paul versus Jack and Ziggy coming up with questions. Oh, me versus you with Ziggy coming up with questions during the segment. Oh gosh, that actually would be pretty funny.
That would be funny. I mean, I would be.
Could we?
Awful.
Don't they sell it, Zach? Don't they sell the Hot Ones package?
Yeah.
Oh, that could be fun.
That could be fun. Yeah, I mean, I would sign up for it. I'd be horrible.
Yeah, that would be pretty fun. Oh, I'd do that. All right, that's a great idea, Cody.
I would instead of water, we have beer to wash it down.
And last question from Carrie. She says, "Is there any world where if JJ McCarthy got drafted by another team, he'd be a successful starter?" I don't think last. No.
I mean, probably not last. He was injured, right? I mean,
well, he got injured his rookie year, and then last season was bad. But JJ had some good games. I've seen worse.
Well, I'm trying to think, like if you put him.
I mean, there were some games where actually maybe I hadn't seen worse.
I feel like most teams, though, he would actually be worse.
There aren't many places that you could plug a quarterback into where I'd say, yeah, you're automatically in a better spot than what the Vikings can provide. Look, if we're wiping all the quarterbacks out, probably San Francisco, right? With the way Shanahan runs that offense and the weapons you have, maybe with the Rams with McVay.
Oh, Rams, maybe.
I mean, if you're completely wiping it out, the Rams, the Niners, but I mean, you're talking the elite of the elite. Like you put him in Kansas City with Andy Reid last year. I don't think that does the job.
No.
Mahomes had a bad year.
Yeah. The Rams could be. I'd probably say the Rams.
I might only say the Rams and the Niners.
You got an offensive guy. You have Devontae. You have Puka.
So Vikings have one of the better offensive coaches in football. They have one of the best duos you could give yourself.
Yeah, no, it's hard to say.
There was one thing with the Vikings. I think you look at the tackles in Darrisaw and O'Neal, and you say that's one of the best tandems. You forget how hurt the Vikings O-line was last year, and that was tough. Remember, Wentz was just getting murdered.
So the Steelers game.
It was horrible. I mean, he made some mistakes, and JJ made a lot of mistakes too. They're not free from blame here, but there were times where it was like, all right, we got our third string left tackle going.
I have an interesting theory. I think that a player like JJ McCarthy, who right now people are low on, and a question like this comes around. It's like, if you put this guy anywhere last year, like is he okay? I think a player who now people are low on and maybe don't expect as much from, going to a team like the Jets, he could be amazing. Whereas like,
you don't get it. You're Jack, God bless you, man. You're too ingrained in success and the Steeler way of even if you're not winning Super Bowls, the Steeler way, getting to the playoffs. You haven't had a losing season basically in your life. You don't get it. Teams like the Jets.
I'm a Pirates fan. I get it.
No. But football, you don't. Like teams like the Jets, teams like the Browns. It doesn't matter who's there.
No, but the Jets usually bring in players you think will be very good and stink. What if you bring in someone who isn't supposed to be as good? They'll
rewrite the record books of how bad they are.
That's the higher.
That is the ceiling is historically bad.
That's the higher possibility. But look at the Jets, right? You draft Sam Darnold 3. Stinks on the Jets. Go somewhere else. He's very good.
Geno.
You bring in Justin Fields, like expecting something, and he stinks.
Let me ask you this. Geno is the guy, he's done the cycle, right? Sucked in New York, revived his career in Seattle, down year in Vegas. Comes back to the Jets this year. What are you expecting from Geno Smith?
Well, no, but that's
Geno is someone who has been successful.
I'm saying somebody who hasn't shown success yet, who's going to the Jets for the first time. I'm saying the total lot, like Aaron Rodgers comes in.
And Justin Fields went over there didn't go so hot.
Rodgers comes in and freaking.
Well, I'm trying. Who are some Jets quarterbacks who are guys that went in there?
But even remember Santonio Holmes, great in Pittsburgh, goes to the Jets and his career's over. It's everybody.
Yeah,
but I'm
Jets
saying
is not a place you go to revive.
No, but I'm saying you bring in someone who you don't expect much from, and he becomes amazing. It's the opposite.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of any example in the history of the Jets. And I'm not well versed enough with my Jets lore to really get into this here, but is there someone that went to the Jets and you're going like, man, I hope that this guy can really break out as a player?
Brandon Marshall.
No, Brandon Marshall was on
like 3 catches.
Brandon Marshall was a perennial Pro Bowler before the Jets. Brandon Marshall went to the Jets at the end of his career.
That's what I'm saying. That's the opposite of what I'm saying.
Yes. No, I know. I was mocking Zach for how horrendous of an example.
I'm just giving out examples.
I don't know. I can't think of one. It's off my head.
That went to the Jets and was good.
Went to the Jets and then
went to the Jets bad, and then expecting nothing, and then he becomes insane on the Jets.
I'm sure one of the defenders from the Rex Ryan time. And I don't know enough pre-2000s Jets knowledge.
LaDainian Tomlinson. Oh wait, that's
the opposite.
I thought for a sec Tomlinson. Oh yeah, that's the opposite. Right.
It's the opposite. What is this? Brutal.
For a second I forgot Tomlinson played for the Chargers. That's why I said
he's more memorable as a Jet to you.
That's why I
played them
AFC Championship game.
All right, we'll wrap up the show there. Yeah, I don't think that JJ McCarthy going to the Jets would work out well for JJ. But
Chris Ivory.
I don't. All right, we'll wrap it up there. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Reminder again, let us know in the comment section anything you'd like to see on the show over the next few months here. We can always use the like, comment, subscription. Send over the show to a friend. Like us on Instagram, everything. Seriously, would be very helpful to like the Instagram account. Or follow the Instagram account. We'll put out reels and stuff there. So maybe some social media campaigns and competitions as well. So that could be fun. All right, we'll see you next week.